Hello everybody, and thank you so much for your interest in PD Remote app for Piano Disc IQ systems. Let me quickly show you how to use this thing. It's pretty powerful. It takes a little bit to learn how to use it, but once you get the hang of it, you won't be able to live without it. There just simply is no better way to control your Piano Disc IQ system, especially if it's tuned up and calibrated properly. This really makes it fun, especially since it's all wireless. The technology is just beautiful nowadays. The iPads are fast and smooth and clean. The wireless system is just wonderful, as in AirPlay technology. And so let's just assume you just barely bought this app. This is pretty much what you'll see when it first turns on. Actually, you won't see an album. You'll just see a picture of a piano. But what you'll do is you'll just go through your albums like this. You can touch these blue navigation arrows till you find something that you want to hear. And then once you find something that you want to hear, then you just simply touch it and the album opens up, and then you select something, and then that song will actually start playing automatically. So now we're listening to Billy Joel. Now that screech sound, that fax sound, is the sound that the piano needs to hear for it to play. So if you're listening to it right now, if you hear it on the iPad, that means your piano won't play because it can't hear it. So we need to send this music that you're hearing, we need to send it to the piano. So I'm going to touch the AirPlay icon and select my piano, okay? If I'm connected to my piano, the AirPlay icon turns blue. So now my piano and speaker are playing. As they play, I can adjust the master volume, which adjusts the piano and the speaker at the same time instantaneously. And I can adjust my keyboard or my piano and my speaker volume separately. Now these are just fine adjustments, so after I adjust my piano volume, I have to wait just a second just to hear the change, and then after I adjust the speaker volume, I need to wait just a second or two until I can hear that change, and then once I get them about where I want them, then I can adjust my master volume all I want. So that's how that works. If I want to play along with Billy Joel, I can hit the mute button and turn off the piano. If I want to turn off Billy Joel and sing along with my piano, I can mute my speaker. So that's how that works. Now once again, you can go like this to scroll through your albums, or you can go like this to scroll through your albums, and then find something you want, and then there it goes. Oops. And there it goes, and it starts playing automatically. So, okay, let's go through these buttons quickly. Up at the top, playlists, that's pretty obvious. Touch that. You have 8 boxes or 8 drawers where you can put all your music. Let's just go to the bottom. Let's touch that one and hit edit right there, and just name this whatever you want. Let's just call it Goodbye. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, hit add, and then hit songs, and hit a bunch of stuff. Okay, now you can hit play, and the contents of that playlist or drawer will play, and then once it's done, it'll just stop. Now I can go back into that drawer if I want to, and I can hit repeat and then hit play, and then now the contents of that drawer will just loop all day long. The title of that drawer or playlist scrolls across the front of the box, telling you that the contents of that drawer are looping or repeating. Okay, now to get all my albums back on there again, I just hit the music button, wait a second till everything loads, and then just choose any album, any song, and then I've got those back in there again. And then once again, I can quickly go through and find something I want to hear. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, now we created a playlist. Now what's cool about this is you can actually schedule your piano to play. And the way you do that is you go into schedule and you choose a day, and you make sure you turn that little button on right there. And so choose a day, turn that button on, and then you want to select a start time and you want to select a stop time. Okay? And then you want to select a source, and I'm just going to select my Goodbye source. Okay, now when I go home, you'll notice that, and I just did that just to clean things up here, you'll notice that the autoplay light is on, which means that the piano is scheduled to play automatically. Okay, to review everything that I've talked about right here, you can touch this little I button, which will take you to this website, and you'll notice at the bottom of this website there is a little button that says PD Remote iPad Tutorial on YouTube, which will take you to this video that I'm making right now. Okay, if you need to get into settings, you touch that little gear cog right there and you enter 4 zeros. Now, at first, you probably won't mess with this stuff. One thing we might want to put in there for now, though, if your piano is part of your home network, there are some fun videos on YouTube you can watch. So you just touch the YouTube button and then show YouTube in main. And another thing, too, you might want to be able to adjust the piano and the speaker as far as the sync is concerned. So if you're listening to an album or a song and it just sounds like the piano and the speaker aren't quite right, you can adjust that when they're not in sync with each other by touching this button that says Place Sync Control in Main. Touch that and then just turn on this little button right there and then hit Done and then hit Home, and you'll notice you now have another little control right there. It says 0 milliseconds. If a song sounds off, crank that baby up to 64 milliseconds, and that will get you very close. There's a good chance that that exact number will fix the song. If it doesn't, just keep hitting the plus button 1 little millisecond at a time until you fix the song. Now, it doesn't fix an entire album at once. You have to fix individual songs. But luckily, if your piano is synced up properly and calibrated properly, most of the albums sound really good. Once in a while, you'll hear some that are off, but once again, you set this baby to 64, and you can usually fix almost any song that you hear that's not quite right by going to 64 and then adding 1 little millisecond at a time if you need to. Okay, let me tell you one other thing. There are 2 ways to use this app. You either have this master volume control on the bottom or you don't. A lot of people prefer having this because when you adjust this master volume, the volume of the piano and the speaker instantly go up and down. Whereas these side volumes, when you adjust them, this gentle or fine adjustment of the piano, once you adjust it, you wait a second or 2 until you hear the change. Same goes with the speaker, okay? But there's actually a better way to use this app, and that is to remove this master volume. You do that by pushing this little master V button right there. You touch that baby, and now you just removed that master volume. Now you simply have 2 volume controls. What's nice about this, though, is that it's a little simpler because now you don't have that third one there, but there's a really powerful feature here. And this is what you do, okay? Let's grab an album. Okay, fine. Doesn't even matter what. Okay, fine. We're going to listen to her. Let's listen to Fields of Gold. And you'll notice that the default levels of the app are pretty good. And let me send the sound to the iPad speaker. You'll notice that like I said, the default levels should be pretty close, but you can really optimize this. And what you do is you hit set levels as a song is playing, okay? As that song is playing, take these gentle adjustments, side adjustments, put them about in the middle, and then set your master volume control to where a mid sound sounds good to you. Like if these are at the middle, you're like, you know what, that sounds about 50% on my piano. That sounds right there. Okay? Then what you want to do is take down your piano as far as it'll go without killing it. And then take your speaker down and match your piano. And now they're playing as softly as possible. Save your piano low limit, and a blue line appears. Now save your speaker low limit, and a blue line appears. So now you've set the master volume, you've set a low for the piano, you've set a low for the speaker, and now crank up your piano to as loud as you would ever want that album to play, and hit save high limit, and now take your speaker and crank it up to so that it matches the piano, maybe gently above the piano, and then hit save speaker high limit. So now what you've done, you've got a low for the piano, high for the piano, low for the speaker, high for the speaker, and you just want to apply to album. And you'll notice that you've got the red and the blues that show up, and now when you turn down your piano all the way, it doesn't die, and when you turn it up all the way, it doesn't blow you out of your house. So now you just optimize that entire album. You'll notice that the set levels button is blue, which means you've optimized that album, and you also have this red at the top and blue at the top, which means you've optimized the album. Now I've run out of time with this video, so I'll make another one, but that was a good start. Thank you for watching.